Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me on this very cold day. So I've got a bunch of strips here. These are back in when I did the Sort It Out Saturday series. I was trying to use up my paper scraps as best I could, or at least get on top of them better. So following Tanya from Tatty Treasure, she makes these like pre-made clusters, which are basically just scraps of paper popped down onto book page, and then she just tears them out, and then you've got some ready-made cluster bases just for decorating. And with strips, we were making these collage masterboards, all just strips, and then you just essentially cut them out, tear them out, like so, and then you've got, you know, something ready-made to fancy up a bit. So I thought we would just sit here and have a lovely, over the candle, a lovely chilled decorating session of, doing something with these. So I'm just going to go, you know, a few at a time. So I'm thinking these two, because of the book page, I would have them go vertical. This one I think would look nice landscape for decorating a pocket. This one I'll have vertical, and this one, so we've got 3 vertical and 2 horizontal. And if you've been watching my December dailies, you'll know that I've sorted through some of my bits and bobs, die cuts, fussy cuts, little pieces of ephemera that we get in kits. There's some Tim Holtz things in here, all different types of things basically. I've now organised them into colour, so I've got like the reds and the greens, a little bit of green, more sort of what I would consider neutral, I guess, a bit of pink, and then these are sort of like greys and things, and some snowflakes. So I'm just going to have that there. I think that's okay there, isn't it? And we're just going to sort of see what would go, really. So let's start with these horizontal ones. Now these ones, I think I just want something biggish to go in the middle. So let's see what we think to poinsettia. And I'm thinking what might be nice is maybe a word. Not sure about there. Just going to see how I like it, but I just want to sort of see how it looks on this one. Maybe it will stand out a bit better. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. Simple. So should we try that poinsettia again? I don't mind them being same-ish because they'll go in different places. And I did like the word. Maybe I want a bigger word for this one. So let's have a little look at what I've got. So I've got words to the side of me here and labels and things. So I want something. Is that too long? Just going to see if I move it to the side. Oh, it's just slightly too long, but something like that. So again, bear with me as I make a decision. Come on, Justine, you can do it. Make a decision. All right, let's try, what do we think to botanical? I kind of want, so maybe I'll turn it, no, definitely prefer it that way. Let's try it on the other side. I kind of want it at the bottom, I think. So let's see what we think to that. Yes, beautiful. I like them. See, I love these. I love these already. How easy it is. I'll glue them after. How easy it is. You start with your pre-made bases. Now, this is coming from somebody, by the way. I don't do well with clusters. I don't do well with layering. So having these bases, they're just 3 bits of paper. So we've got brown packing paper, some kind of like plain book page maybe, and the green and red, which is why I thought of winter for this. And this one again, brown packing paper, green and gold wrapping paper, and a bit of book page. And once you add the decoration, they just become really beautiful things, don't they? So let's carry on. Right, now we're going vertical. I'm liking this sort of central focal point actually. So I don't know if we can bring in maybe some pine cones. Maybe it wants being slightly bigger. Got a dark one here. No, I don't like the dark as much. Let's we'll go that way. Possibly. Just want to see. I don't want to do another poinsettia. Because I would just sit here and do poinsettias all day if you let me. But I do want a little bit of difference. I've got some like wood. Oh, I've got some orange. Just want to see. I like the pine cone, but I just want to. No, not the orange. Not the orange, Justine. Let's have a look at. No, I'm not liking that as much. I think because it's just a bit boring. Right, let's try that. I think I want something a bit bigger for this one because it's quite a bit wider. So I'm just going to go off book and have a little look in slightly bigger die cuts. See, that's too big, so smaller than that is what we want. Got another, oh, that's a nice one. Let's try that. Now let's try the two pine cones, just sort of see how we get on. Now because they're vertical, I don't think the word would look quite right, like how we did those. So I want to see about some numbers and labels, I think. Maybe even some tickets. So just whilst I'm thinking how I would use these, so the horizontal ones probably would decorate pockets and the vertical ones would likely decorate pages. That's what I'm thinking. But I'm really preferring them this way, which is a shame because I did want, but yeah, I just do. So if I prefer it, I might as well just do that. So yeah. So yeah, vertical ones I would decorate pages. So I might try and do something with that. Let's try. I've got a tree. Because actually once you, I don't mind that the book page is the wrong way round, so to speak, actually. So I like that. But I think the word wants being bigger. I mean, we could even just cover up the book page completely, couldn't we? If we wanted. You have to excuse me coughing. That's maybe. I think maybe that. Maybe. Although I did want some. I'm like a dog with a bone. Maybe we want something, what have I got tall? Let's see what we've got that's tall. I think that's my problem is I want, oh, I know what I've got. Sorry, I'm darting all over the place. I have got some Christmas trees. Oh, that's better. All right, so we have a Christmas tree. So let's see how we feel about another Christmas tree. I've got a tiny one here. That's a bit small, isn't it? Oops. So let's find another tree. That's a good size. That's it. A bit bigger. I'll keep that out. There's so much for me organising my tray. Yes. And what do we feel to having that there? If I move it down. No, I prefer the tree higher than that, so I'm gonna, no. I was gonna tear it down, but I thought best not. I think that would be okay. So let's so as you can see, I mean I'm doing sort of, yeah, I don't think the tree is right for that one. I'm doing kind of the same sort of thing on them really. As I say, they don't need to be anything fancy pants, just a focal point of some sort, and it's a good way to use up your little things, but that's also what I struggle with a little bit is size of proportion. Like, which way does that go? That goes that way. Just gonna see how I feel about this one being the other way around, because I am preferring the horizontal, and I think for me I would probably use them more that way, to be honest. Yeah, I'm preferring the pine cone like that, but that's too big. So let's see about this pine cone. That's a bit too big, isn't it? Let's try this one. Brings in some of the grey. Yeah, that'll do. I'm trying very hard not to overthink, which is always a problem of mine, is, yeah, overthinking. So I've got quite a lot of green on this one. So what I am thinking is, see, there's a little bit too small for that. But I like the green and the brown together. That one blends in, so it needs to be more brown. So something dark. Let's try, oh yes, nice dark pine cone. Maybe we could do a couple of pine cones. I've got some star anise. I'm just thinking. I feel like I want something that will tie them together. Or the alternative would be to essentially do like lots of them, but I don't think that would be quite right. Yes, I'm liking it with the label, but what I do want to do, I think, is I'm not liking that it kind of bulges out at the bottom. So I just want to tear that down just a bit. There we go. So that it's a bit more, not so bulbous, for want of a better word. Not so bulbous. Yes, I think I like that, but I want to change my label. So yeah, this video is going to be very much me just, you know, deciding what I want and all the rest of it, which, you know, I appreciate. It's not going to be one for everyone. so please don't feel like you have to stick around and watch me figure this out. But I like to film the process because it might give you some ideas, and well, yeah, I always find decorating videos interesting to sort of see how they get to, how do you get from point A to point B, so to speak. So far, I'm preferring the field guide label, which I didn't expect because of the greys in it, whereas we've pulled out some of the brown. But I feel like it is standing off quite nice, possibly. I'm just going to see how I feel if this was turned around. No, I think I do prefer it. I do like it, but I don't love it yet. And I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will find the thing that makes me love it. It's definitely of the label variety. So let's try that. This is more brown, I think. I'm getting everything out on my desk now. Right, let's try. It's odd shape, that. Oh, I know what I have just seen. Sorry, 2 secs. Completely abandoned my plan. I've got a wax seal. But no. Nope. So we're back to square one. If it gets too much, I will pause the video because no one wants to see me umming and ahhing for hours on end, do they? Other times, sometimes I also just leave it and come back to it because, yeah, sometimes it just does not work in your head as to what it is that you actually want. Other times it's just that you haven't got the right thing out. It could be as simple as that, really. I think I did prefer it with the star anise. So I'm going to put that one to one side. That isn't what I want yet, but I don't want to, I don't want this video to be ridiculous. So I'm going to come back to it. All the rest of them, I'm really, really happy with those. So we'll get them glued in a minute, or I'll get them glued in a minute. I'm going to get them glued now, actually, and then I've got a little bit more room. So I'll just be 2 secs, and I am going to have a little bit of a think of on this one off camera, just to see what it is that I want. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got all of these ones glued now. I'll bring them up in a minute. I was just looking at this one again, and I think I've decided I definitely prefer the horizontal ones, and I do think I'll get more out of them. So I'm thinking to just keep it simple and do that. And because this is quite long, I'm just going to tear a bit off because we don't have to keep them the way that we had them. And then I'm just going to use this pine cone die cut and this Tracy Fox label. And keep it as that. At the end of the day, we're all our own people and crafters. So it's just a case of, finding what you prefer. And I do think I'm going to get much more use out of them horizontally. And I'm just finding it much easier to decorate them as such. So let's go for it. So have that there. And this in this here, and I did get one vertical one. We'll move on to those large strips in a minute. I just want to have a little bit of a think over what I'm after with those, because they're much more, well, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with those just yet. I have some ideas, but I just want to have a little bit of a think as well. Okay, so I need to ink around the whole thing, but there you are. We have a ready-made cluster and another one. I love these. I think these might be my favourites. Beautiful poinsettia. And then we've got this one, which I'm just going to just tear that bit at the top so it's less, yeah, I think I prefer that now. There you go. So I love them. I love this idea of ready-made clusters. As I say, if you struggle with layering, try doing it that way, where you start with the layers first, get a bunch done and glued together, and then you can do the decorating when you come to use them. So I decided to do those strips off screen because I really wanted the video only to be, you know, about 20 minutes or so. So here are all of the clusters ready. So I'll just show you the ones we made together first of all. So we have pine cone and tree, 2 poinsettia ones, which I think might just be my favourite, and this one, another pine cone. And I've got these 3 that I've done off screen from one of the strips, and I have the other strip ready to do at another point. As I say, I was sort of doing the same sort of thing, so I thought, you know, a 20-minute video, really just to give you the idea for using up the pre-made bases. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you're wanting to make up some pre-made bases for clusters and then just, yeah, spend a session decorating them. Because I do feel like splitting it out helped me, even if I do find clusters still a little bit tricky, but I am getting there, I think. Anywho, so that's those. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks so much for watching. Speak to you soon.